Hi there, I'm Trip Foreman and we're in the Real Board Loft, and today we're going to talk about the Stretch Mr. Buzz and the Stretch Super Buzz. So first of all, what is all the buzz about? A lot of people, there's a lot of confusion about what this board actually is. So before we talk about what it is, we're going to talk about what it isn't. A lot of people compare the Buzz to a fish, they compare it to a groveler, they compare it to an Alaya. We've even had people compare it to a Mini Simmons. We've got a couple of those boards here and just kind of run you through why it isn't these boards. Here's actually a stretch fish, a stretch quad fish. A lot of different things going on here. Obviously a lot less volume in this board, a lot less foam. You got a big square tail on the Mr. Buzz, and then a much more foiled nose. The other thing that's different about these two boards is that on the bottoms of them, fish typically have a flat to V or maybe some subtle concaves in the bottom shape. In the Mr. Buzz and the Super Buzz, they both have a deep single to an incredibly deep double concave through the bottom. So looking at the bottom shape right here, you can see in the back half of the board how much double concave is in this board. I mean, the stringer line is just a lot higher than the bottoms of the concave, about a 1/4 inch double concave, and a 1/4 inch in this much space between here and here to go a 1/4 inch down is a lot when you run your hand across it. What does that do? It just gives you a ton of lift and speed when you're riding this board. A lot of other people say, hey, you know, that's like an Alaya. So here's an Alaya, and it's definitely not like an Alaya. Again, they have the square tail in common, maybe even a little bit of the nose shape in common, but looking at an Alaya, it's basically just a piece of wood. Where this board, you have all the shaping that's going into a high performance shortboard, and then again, going back to that concave, the single to double that you have in the Mr. Buzz and Super Buzz, you don't have that in an Alaya. Some other comparisons that we've heard with this board is that, oh, that's like a Mini Simmons. You know, basically a Mini Simmons came out of cutting longboards down and just going to a minimalist longboard. But typically they have a belly to the bottom shape. They're a lot wider than the Mr. Buzz or Super Buzz, and then just a big block tail with a twin fin, but really using more of the displacement and also planing rather than just pure planing this board. So what is the Buzz? What's the Buzz about? The Buzz about the design target on this board was to create the smallest possible board that you could surf, both in length and in volume, and then making it surfable, actually user-friendly through the design of the board, the outline shape, the rocker, where the foam is, and then also the lift of the board. So how much lift there is through the concaves and also through the tail shape, and so then taking this incredibly small board and making it something that you could actually surf. So before, whether or not you could surf a board was primarily based on the amount of foam in the board, not as much of the design, but really more just the amount of foam. So if you wanted an easy board, you would just get a big board, and if you wanted a board that was harder and more maneuverable, you would get a smaller board. With the Mr. Buzz and the Super Buzz, Stretch basically unleashed all of his tools to make the most efficient board that he could possibly make for paddling, for catching waves, and also for generating lift and speed and turning on the wave, so that he can then size it down as small as possible. And that's basically what the target was. And after riding these, both the Mr. Buzz and the Super Buzz, they really hit it on the head. You're able to surf this board a lot smaller and still keep your wave count up and really explore parts of the wave and change your surfing like to what you haven't done before. So it's definitely a very fun and exciting board, and we're stoked to have them here at Real.